So let's go into the songwriting. So there's
Mm.
the five songs in the EP, right? I believe. Yeah,
Yes.
so five
Yes, five
songs in the EP.
songs.
I heard in your shout out to Danielle Marie because she had an incredible interview with you. So I was listening to her interview, and so people have not seen that interview, go check it out. It's fantastic. Some really really cool things talked about. Um, but I heard that the first verse you ever wrote was in Phoenix. Now
Yes.
I have a love hate relationship with songwriting. I've released a ton of songs out there, but it's like I heard a very, very fascinating quote from Billie Eilish. Actually, I was watching her documentary,
Mm.
and she said, "I
Yes.
actually hate songwriting, but I love having songs out there that I can perform and that I can sing after the
Yes.
facts." So it's like I kind of
Mm-hmm.
relate to some degree because like it's so hard for me to songwrite, but then it's once
Mm-hmm.
we get there it's like, oh, I'm so glad I did. It's like going to the gym, right? So I want to know
Yes, yes.
what the how the experience changed for you from writing your first song, your first verse on Phoenix,
Mm.
to finishing the whole 5 song EP. That's a lot of songwriting to
Mm-hmm.
do. So I'm curious how things were
Yes.
unexpected, or how they changed in the process, if any.
Yeah. I think just because I've really just started songwriting a year ago, and if it weren't for Dave, he's actually more of the songwriter between the two of us. So he really guided me with what lines sounded nice or what worked in a song or not. But with Phoenix especially, we were in two different places, and he created the verse and the chorus for me, or he was just putting out the song, and he said maybe this is a song you'd like. And so I listened to it, and I even played it on my keyboard over there. I asked for the chords, and I told him, okay, I think I'm kind of inspired right now. I'm gonna try to write like a verse or maybe a line. Maybe I tried to throw out some lines out there, and then I ended up with that whole verse. And so, well, I've been denying songwriting for the
Mm-hmm.
longest time just because a lot of people have actually been trying to tell me that I should go into songwriting, because it's one thing to just be a singer, and it's another thing to be an actual artist and be like working on your craft.
Sure.
And I guess especially before, I was already kind of occupied with just the traveling and all the shows that was coming my way. Although I was singing covers, well, I was able to just earn already, so I didn't really think about going there yet, or maybe trying to get into songwriting yet for the longest time. But then what I really learned with songwriting is I just really have to it's really a collaboration. It's really a collaboration, whether it's just within me, or whether it be me and Dave, or me with another person. It's just really also trusting that it's like, how do you say it? It's like it's a trial and error sometimes,
a hundred
that
percent.
you never know what's gonna work, because sometimes like in your brain it doesn't really sound good,
Yeah.
but then if you put it out there and then Dave says, oh, that's actually a nice line, or even when I'm not really thinking about song or like lines for a song, he
Yeah.
just like take note of some stuff that I'd use in a sentence or in a conversation. He say, we could use that. We could use also use that. So I mean, it's challenging for me, of course, because it's really just my first time in all of this. But I'm growing, I guess. I'm just really really happy that I'm able to grow during these times and just make the most, like you said earlier in this interview, like make the most of this time of the pandemic, and just maybe take this another 10 years in my life or
Mm,
in my career, hopefully.
absolutely. It's amazing. It's amazing.